and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, if everyone knows the Lord's Prayer, if you do not, just take it. But it's the prayer that Christ taught us in the Bible, and you would all join with me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And blessings on your meeting.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
Lisa, you will?
James Dyson,
Present.
Gwen Dusa, here, Bill Gritsmaker, Mike Duncan, Jerry Hayes,
Here.
Eric Rogers,
Here.
Timothy Waters.
Present. Thank you. Making a motion to approve last meeting's minutes.
Certainly, I move to approve the minutes of February 26, 24 as presented.
Support. Changes, suggestions? No, Lisa?
Tim,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
James,
Yes. That's such a short roll call. All right, I'll open it up for, yeah, well, no, sorry, yeah. Presentations and communications. Do we have anything other than the agenda for the March 11th meeting?
I do not know.
Okay, I'll take a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for our March 11th, 2024 meeting as presented.
Support. Supported. Lisa?
Gwen,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
James,
Yes. Now I'll open it up for public comment. Items on or not on the agenda. You want to just state your name and address for the record?
Yes, my name is Karen Wagner and I live at 421 South Lane Street. So I'm a library board member, I'm the treasurer, and I'm a community member here at Blissfield in the village with young children. And I just wanted to say I'm excited about the story walk, and I wanted to say the library administration is on board, and I'm looking forward to listening to the presentation and reading more about the project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Emily Mullins, 401 Giles Avenue. I'm here tonight to talk and support on two issues. One is the story walk. I serve on our Parks and Rec committee, and our board heard a presentation on this, and we thought it was a good opportunity to partner with groups in the community, especially with that focus on young children's literacy. It seems really important to us. I know at the last meeting the project wasn't approved, so it's on the agenda tonight, so interested in hearing how that goes. The other item I wanted to talk about was on your proposed budget goal. Strong support from the Parks and Rec committee and myself personally for filling in the old pool site and keeping that as one of your priorities. It's been empty for many a year. And I look forward to that getting cleaned up and having a nice field back there for the girls softball on the Rotary field without a stagnant pit, for lack of better words.
Yes, I think we all concur.
Something's going on right now. Do you know, is that correct?
Brenda and I are actually working with a couple of companies to get pricing, so we're hoping to have that completed this summer.
Yeah, that'll be a nice nice finish to that story. Moving on to unfinished business. If there's no other public comment. All right, unfinished business. So we have some representatives here tonight. I guess I'll just go ahead and open the floor to you if you'd like. So you're well aware that this didn't pass the first time.
Yes.
So they brought back additional information for us to hear and decision on.
All right. Hello, I'm Autumn Smith. I'm the assistant director at the library here. I'm a Riga resident, but a good Blissfield participant here. I want to start by thanking the council for their time this evening. I know that you've already visited this issue and I appreciate you taking the time to revisit it. I'm here to address the concerns that were raised at the last council meeting regarding the proposed Storywalk project at the Boundless Playground. There was a concern about the possibility of a financial burden to the village in the future. I've spoken with Lisa from the Great Start Collaborative, who's going to follow up with a short PowerPoint after my statement here. And she has said that beyond the grant funding, that they will have yearly operating costs to cover the ongoing maintenance of the Storywalk. In the unlikely event that the Great Start is not able to continue funding that, the library board has agreed to take over the funding, the yearly operations funding for that. So there are two different fails that would have to happen for anything to ever come back onto the village. And also Rotary, Lions, those kinds of civic organizations are usually more than happy to come on board and help with kind of early literacy initiatives in communities. And because really the operating cost is just those books and processing those books and laminating them and putting them in the displays, which is something the library could take over. There are also concerns about empty posts and the types of books that could be chosen for the Storywalk. Most children's books are 32 pages, and that's why after considerable research and collaboration with children's librarians and early childhood educators and other childhood professionals, that 16 post format was adopted. So it wasn't like a random choice. And so if there is a point that a book is just really wants to be chosen, it's not going to fit the format, there would be empty posts left over. Both Great Start and the library can commit to filling those signs with extra literacy activities that supplement the book. So there won't be like ugly empty posts at any point in this project. The Storywalk structure was founded in 2007 and has grown steadily in popularity since then. The stories are changed out frequently. Great Start has committed to 1 to 2 months switching out those books, so it stays engaging. So it's not going to get stagnant to the point where the decrease in popularity is going to happen. We have found that our decades of programming for children, that activities for young children in this community are very popular. And as some children are growing up out of that, you have many more young children that are coming up. So we have not had any problem supplying young children for our programs. In fact, our 2023 summer reading was our highest attendance to date. And we're committed to plugging into that programming base to commit to promoting this Storywalk project. So we have a built-in base that we can use. And in addition to all the very thorough research and consideration undertaken by the Great Start Collaborative, we reached out to other Michigan libraries who have Storywalks as well to make sure that we have the most relevant information on this project. Many libraries report that not only do library patrons enjoy the Storywalks in public parks, but local daycares, preschools, and elementary schools also utilize them. This location at the Boundless Playground is great for the elementary to also utilize that. I know they used to do the end of the school cookout and lunch in the park. That'd be a great opportunity for them to use that as well. And even senior citizens have reported strolling and looking at the Storywalks and enjoying that. So it really does serve the whole community. The Highland Township Public Library in Michigan reports that they've had an established Storywalk for 7 years and have not seen a decrease in popularity or use. The local businesses have also displayed the pages of the Storywalk for different festivals to promote foot traffic for downtown businesses as well. There's an abundance of research that supports early literacy initiatives and the benefits of combining literacy development and physical activity and family togetherness, like it is seen in the Storywalks. I'm happy to provide that research at the request of the council. I hope that I've started to address the concerns of the council and respectfully ask for you to reconsider the Storywalk project, as we truly feel it's an exciting and enriching opportunity for our community that brings a lot of value, not only to the Boundless Playground, but to our whole community. We're going to follow up with Lisa's presentation, and if there are questions after that, we're happy to address them. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Donna. Thank you so much for allowing us to present on the Storywalk again. My name is Lisa Eck. I am the director of the Great Start Collaborative in Lenawee County.
We are a statewide initiative. We've been in existence since 2008. Our mission is to ensure that all children start school healthy, safe, and ready to succeed. In those packets that I provided you, there is some information on one side about some projects and things that we do in the community. But then in the other side is just more information on the story walk itself, so that you guys can look through that at your, on your own time. Autumn did a great job of presenting, some of the issues that there were concerns about. The grant itself, if we could change the presentation, sorry, one more. Thank you. So covered by the Great Start Collaborative is all of the materials that is needed to install the story walk. The only assistance that we will need is the labor, which I think we can reach out to service clubs. We have definitely some volunteers on hand from the collaborative as well. And also to take the delivery of the pallets because they come in a very large box and we just don't have the capacity to fill that. After reaching out to other locations, some of the main issues that they've run into is just some fading with the books, which we will include in our yearly operating cost to be able to replace those when they do fade. In the event that a motorized vehicle hits that, I hope not in a park, but if that happens, we definitely will incur the cost of replacing that. We have already placed in our budget any repairs that are needed or replacement items. This hopefully will be our 4th story walk that we'll install this year. We have one going in Morenci. We have one going in at ProMedica at their walking trails next to the hospital. We have one going in at Island Park and hopefully here at Blissfield. These are not our pictures. Obviously, we don't have one installed, but the next slide will kind of just show you some more pictures from, this is from the Eastern UP. They have 7 or 8 installed. They have not had any major issues or any vandalism or anything like that of theirs. Like Autumn said, we will be changing out the stories every 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer in the winter months, but for the most part, we will change those out. Coordinating with Autumn at the library for events and things like that. And that's it for me.
Lisa, what was the time frame you said? I mean,
Sure.
how long? What's the?
Yep, so the lead time after we place the order is about 6 weeks before it's shipped. So we just ordered Morenci's and I think it's gonna ship out the end of this month. So it's about 6 weeks lead time for us to get the actual stands.
And the duration of this, the whole program itself, what is the duration of it?
Of the story walk or the collaborative?
Of the story walk as well as the collaborations.
Like how long will it be installed?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we foresee a foreseeable future. I mean, we've existed since 2008, so we're fully moving forward as funding will continue for years to come.
So it's a permanent installation.
Yes,
The collaboration lasts as long as the partnership is there, and then
Correct.
according to Autumn, it falls back on the library.
Yes, although
Correct.
Lisa has said that she foresees funding in her yearly operating budget indefinitely.
That's
But-
Yeah.
But in the rare event that fails, the library is willing to take that on.
Lisa, how many schools are you in for Great Start Ready programs?
different. The Great Start Readiness Program is different than the Great Start Collaborative. So the Great Start Readiness Program is the free 4-year-old preschool. There's a classroom here in Blissfield. We are on all school districts with the exception of Addison. Sand Creek is starting their first classroom this year. So we're different than the Great Start
They
Ready.
fall under the same umbrella?
Sort of.
Okay,
It's complicated. It's the state of Michigan.
okay, gotcha. How much is one installation? How much is one post?
They do not, I do not have the exact quote per post. The story walk for 18 in post would be about $5,600.
And again, that's nothing that we are responsible for.
No, we have like I said, the grant covers everything down to the quickcrete to install it. We will cover all of the costs, including the books, the backing sheets, anything that we needed.
Do any of the other municipalities that are putting these in, have any of those asked for a maintenance agreement? Or some sort of binding agreement that says the municipality is not responsible for the maintenance of them?
No, no one has asked for that, but I would be happy to sign or complete something like that. I don't have a problem with that.
I have that written down here, Jerry, as well, and some side of contract, just so simply, not that there's a trust issue, it's just a matter of
Sure.
clarification. And here are the expectations on your end, library's end, your end, and then our end as well. So it's very clear and no one can think, but I thought.
Yes, absolutely.
The only reason I bring that up is because of the empty pool that we have done. We've got a lot of projects that we just don't have the budget for maintenance. And we're very behind on some of those projects, so if we can tick this one off the list that
Sure.
we don't have, then I would support it wholeheartedly.
Absolutely, and I understand that, and I don't want it to be an inconvenience to anybody, really, we just wanna get literacy in the hands of kids and families, get them out, active in nature. So, I don't have a problem with that at all.
And I know Danielle had stated, that she had talked with Brent, she went to that last time we met Danielle, and there were no issues, Brent had no issues with the signage itself, as far as maintenance and things of that nature.
He did not, and he was more than happy to have DPW, have that delivery taken there, and then they would just take it over to the park once we were ready to install.
Will they be installed right next to the sidewalk?
That is completely up to both like kind of our discussion and the location, so really, I've kind of left it up to each location to decide exactly where they want it and the placement and the space between that does not matter to me. It would really just kind of be a discussion with Parks and Rec or whoever oversees your parks, to be able to talk that through.
And there is a,
Bottom or talked about that one?
We have not gone as far as the signing of the place, but no, we did not have any further discussion.
there is a map included with the general placement where it would go, and then we would work with Great Start in the library on spacing so that we weren't cramming them all together, but it would generally follow that path and then loop around that playground, I believe, and there's like a little loop within the sidewalk area there too. But that map that's included in your packet will give you kind of a rough idea, excluding the exact spacing between them.
So I was thinking more when you're weed whacking around it, if it's right next to the concrete, and it's one side you don't have to take care of. And it would be closer if somebody comes through with a stroller, be right at the sidewalk, that's what I was reading. Do you envision these being inward facing? So if you're on the play structure, you would just walk up to it and it would be inward facing?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not creating a new pathway around the perimeter,
No.
these are just on the
Utilizing
border,
the existing.
okay.
Yeah, so other locations like Morenci and an island that are putting them by a play structure, they are kind of like enclosing the play structure, so to speak, on the outside, almost like a barrier sort of, instead of a fence that will kind of be the barrier. The sidewalk.
Yeah, so currently we have just a small, what is it, maybe 18-inch high barrier to keep the wood chips in,
Right.
and so, okay. So at this point, two things. One, we can either pass a motion or make a motion and or table this for development of some sort of maintenance contract, so. Council, let me hear your thoughts on that.
I think the maintenance agreement can be part of the process.
Part of the motion?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why it couldn't be.
Included in the motion.
Yeah, just, if we, I kind of have one somewhat crafted.
Okay.
Do you want me to just go ahead and make it?
Sure.
Move to approve the partnership with Lenawee County Great Start Collaborative to install a story walk in Bachmeyer Little League Park. And maintenance agreement is to be drawn up between the collaborative and the village of Blissfield. Based on the terms in the grant. How's that?
I'm thinking of it.
Between the village of Blissfield and then what was your,
Great Start Collaborative.
and then what was your last little sentence that you are, and then there was some chapter.
As outlined in the grant.
Thank you. I would be, if we're okay with that motion, I would be willing to say certainly to second that motion.
Okay. Danielle, Lisa, you think you captured that motion?
I think so.
Okay. Any discussion?
It's a little wordy, I'm sorry.
Any discussion on that motion?
Will you bring that agreement back to us once it's written?
Yeah, well. To clarify, it would not be at a council meeting, probably I'll just share it with you guys. Cause it should be a fairly simple, straightforward agreement that just says, this is what they'll do, but I can send it to you and make sure I've not missed anything, and then. We can have signatures completed, but it will not come back for formal action.
Lisa, you want to just read that one more time for us, please?
Sure. Move to approve the partnership with Lenawee County Great Start Collaborative to install a story walk in Bachmeyer Little League Park. And a maintenance agreement is to be drawn up between the collaborative and the village of Blissfield as outlined in the grant.
I think that's pretty close. Okay, any other questions, discussion? No, before we call vote, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
All four of you that spoke in favor of it, well done. Lisa?
Eric,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes,
James,
Yes, motion passed.
thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much for your time, council. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you again. Moving on to new business. I'll take a motion to approve payroll. Anyone wants to get paid?
I move to approve the payroll register for February 2024 in the amount of $135,357.27.
Support.
Moved and supported. I don't see any reason for discussion. Lisa?
Gwen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
James,
Yes, thank you. I'll take a motion to approve the accounts payable for the period of February 14th through March 12th of 2024.
I'll move we approve accounts payable for the period of February 14th, 2024 to March 12th, 2024 in the amount of $370,980.42.
Support. Moved and supported. I know there's a couple of questions through email about the bills and invoices. Anything here tonight? No? All right, Lisa?
Eric,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
James,
Yes. And our last item of business, approved council goals and objectives for the fiscal year of 2024 and 2025. We just went through this at our last meeting of the whole.
I would move to adopt the fiscal year 24-25 village council goals and objectives as presented.
I'll support.
Moved and supported. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Go ahead, Lisa.
Tim,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
James,
Yes, thank you. Moving on to reports. Any questions on the reports tonight? None? All right. I will, council discussion. Does anybody have anything for council discussion?
I'd like to throw it out there that we quit quit asking residents to give their addresses when they approach the podium?
That was just in the newspaper. Perhaps.
It was, and I think it's the right thing to do, especially in today's society. In other municipalities, there have been threats against people showing up at other people's houses because of what they said at the podium. I think if they state their name and that they reside in the village of Blissfield, I think that suffices.
I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, I fully support that. I've been trying to say that for a little bit. The only thing I would ask for is name, and that the only reason we need the name is for the official public record. Otherwise, we cannot legally put any requirement for any individual to speak before council. So I think less is best. Again, the name is just, we know most people, but it helps to make sure we have it properly and we've not made a mistake for the minutes, but.
That's something is that just a procedural?
I think
thing?
that's just a procedural thing with you guys, that'll,
Yeah.
unfortunately, James, it'll just be a habit to break, I think.
No,
Because you get in your
I've never been a
routine.
proponent of it, but it's always been
What
asked
we've
of.
always done. So.
Well, it's just always been asked of, so, I'm fine with that. If we don't have to formalize that, then I'll just omit that from the initial ask. So thanks for that, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Any other council discussion from you? No? This,
I enjoyed the health fair last Friday,
first Thursdays.
first Thursday, so it's great. Good vendors, and Gwen wasn't there for me to play cornhole against her.
No, I would have beat your butt, man.
Let's go over after the game, or after the meeting.
Alright. I got heels on, but I can do it.
Thank you, Paige. Parks and Rec, and Danielle, PDA, did a great job.
And Danielle representing us. I do have a comment, for council discussion, although it's a thank you, Danielle. Tell, DPW they did a fantabulous job, if you would please relay that message regarding the removal of the trees / weed trees that grew along past tense, because they're no longer, the fence line on the park. I don't know how many they removed, but over there on the park, oh geez, I'm having a blank here.
Where the storm went through.
Thank you, yes, thank you. It was ironic, I walked by, Remy and I walked through there, and I went, wow, this is looking kind of ratty. And then, I walked by 3 days later and I went, ratty no more. It's very nice, they cleaned up, by the bathroom, the bathroom set over there, that whole line of, I just call them weed trees, because we're not pretty trees. In my opinion, but it looks very nice, what they did a really nice job.
Unsung Heroes of Blissfield, DPW.
Yeah, that was really nice, and the whole thing was cleaned up like nice, they just did a very, very nice job. You get a good chance, take a gander.
Okay, anything else for a council discussion tonight? No, okay. I will open it up for public comment, items on the agenda, items not on the agenda. State your name for the record, please.
Welcome, Daniel.
Just
Jackie Bates.
their address.
I live in Blissfield.
I'm not asking.
Huh?
I'm not-
I just am curious, I'm wondering, I know there was some litigation with LaSalle last month. And wonder if there's any updates that you can share with everyone.
So, a number of us here went to that, meeting. It was not fruitful.
It was that?
It was not fruitful in, an end result being agreed upon by both parties. So at this point, it's up to LaSalle how they want to pursue
So it hasn't been finished, it's still ongoing?
at this time.
Okay.
No resolution as of
That
yet.
was the mediation meeting.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, it was a non-binding mediation that LaSalle requested, we agreed to. And it didn't end in a resolution, so still ongoing. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other public comment? All right, the committee of the whole agenda preview. I think everyone's welcome, the public is welcome to attend annual joint meeting at that one place. next Monday,
at 6.
6 P.M., an hour early. Earlier than normal.
The meeting will actually start at 6:30, but we will have dinner and drinks. And then there's a training and then board presentations to
Okay.
follow.
Great.
And the training will be parliamentary procedure presented by the MSU Extension.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Great. Anything else for committee of the whole agenda? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Support. Moved and supported. Lisa, last time.
Aaron,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Jane.
Yes, meeting adjourned. 7:30, new record.